Hello, my Capricorn, Aquarius, my Capricorns, or my Aquacorns. It's Sagittarius Truth Seeker here, and I am here with your love July 2019 Mercury retrograde edition of your love reading. All right, let's go ahead and start here. All right. Overall energy has to deal with we're reflecting. Somebody is reflecting on past decision made, whether within a relationship, partnership, however the case may be. Whether you're looking kind of at what you have, what part you have played, the relationship itself, or the other person. Overall energy is having to restart something all over again from the bottom. Okay, if you're trying to go on a positive path with somebody that you're already dealing with, you're going to have to completely let go of everything that we have been holding on to, any type of resentment. Okay, if you are single, it's still letting go of past resentment that has already played itself out and that has already passed. Okay, the little things. Yep. Oh Lord, this is the exposure here with that Seven of Swords. This is also in another reading. I think Taurus, Gemini, if you know one of those. But yeah, letting go of either past deception, deceit, or things just not turning out. This could also be avoiding a lot of things, avoiding confrontation, closure, completing a chapter here as well. So your oracle visions, the first one, because we had two for you guys, the first one that pops out is the number 13, which equals to 4. But this is a person who is creating something here. This is a card of control, trying to produce something or organization. So this is trying to have everything attacked to create something beautiful, something that is in tune. Okay, something very colorful, very miraculous, very happy. And then on another side we have this 5. And this more has to do with past decisions that were already made, the lessons that we have already dealt with at this time, and letting them go, allowing and letting them go, and getting our youth back here. Okay? All right. Let's see your energy. We have you at King of Pentacles energy. So you're more in your Capricorn, on your Capricorn side here. But when it comes to romance, you are really sure of how you want to pursue a relationship and what you want out of it. Okay, loyalty is really poking out to me. Okay, loyalty and financial stability. So you may have some financial struggles with like a past relationship, partner, or just within yourself, but you're really trying to have it all together this time. So let's see how you're feeling here. We have communication is kind of been an issue, and the reason why is because we're having differences of opinion. So we're having personality issues. Also, like I said, this also stands for control. Okay, trying to control how things are supposed to go. Very aggressive type of energy. Somebody believing their way is the right way. All right. But even as people, one person is very, like, I wouldn't even say submissive, but the way that they go about relationships is just natural. The other person's way is not natural. It's more of aggressive. This is how it's going to be done. This is how the relationship is going to be great. And the other person is like, hey, just go with the flow. Like, just go with the flow, and you're going to have to believe. Some person needs to see it to believe it. The other person needs to believe it to see it. It's very vice versa here. Okay? The person on the outside, look at that, and that makes perfect sense. The King of Wands. Didn't I just say that? And so what happens with these two energies, and remember, I just talk about the elements. They can be any sign they want to be, but when it deals with the earthy person versus a spiritual, and I'm not saying you're not spiritual, but how they go about things is based off like blind faith. This person does not have that blind faith. I need to see actions. I need to see results, physical results. This person needs to feel results. Like I said, you have one person who is like, hey, you do it this way, it gets done. The other person is like, close your eyes, relax, like just let it be. This is a very trusty person. One person is not so trusting, probably because of things that have happened from their past. That's why I said you're going to have to reset some things. There is a personality clash that does show with these two opposing people at this time. But you are very, you both have your experience in your own ways. You both went through your own things here. But just the way you feel like it, because you're showing up as a, this is King of Pentacles is my Taurus card here. So definitely seeing results is going to be that thing, okay? This person is like, hey, I do care. I care. All right? But the way we care is very different. So somebody feels like you're not putting in the energy to change things or to readjust things, and they're literally like, hey, I'm just going with the flow of life. I don't really feel like I gotta do that. You guys, but you guys do have a mental attraction. Like, they like that you're different from them. Okay, and that would make sense because this type of energy, they like, the way that they grow is through the differences of another person. This is mutable energy. They are adaptable. They are flexible, but they don't change every aspect of themselves. They're willing to work with you. And then you have Sagittarius and Taurus. This is more of a fixed energy. And you do have Aquarius in your chart, so this is more so fixed. Fixed and mutable. You have to meet somewhere in the middle. You have to. You have to have a grounded type of thing. You know, in order for it to work, I'm just saying. And where you guys need to meet in the middle is when it comes to emotions and trust, heart-to-heart conversations. Both of you are very aggressive in the way that you do things. Some of you. Okay. So we would have to start over. Somebody else is very slow to love, and then another person seems like they're emotionally detached. They're not detached. They just don't operate the same way as you do. They feel like if it's meant to be, it will be. And the other person feels like, well, if it's going to be, we have to make it. And they're like, no. Okay, so it's just the way that the mind works here. Okay? Overall energy. Like I said, two people having two opposing energies about how something goes. Okay? This is leaving you guys on trying to feel like it's like a crossroad. But I just feel your energies are going in two different directions. You guys may even be like polar opposite, but you still attract. Opposite attract type of thing. It's to be able to become mutual and meet somewhere in the middle. Okay. Universe is like, put this to rest. All this, it's more of the thought that they're wanting to put to rest. Because if you can't let it go, because this is the reset button. Reset, let it go, renewal. What we have to reset is our mind. A lot of times this 10 is we've trained our mind to think a certain way. Our thought pattern, our process pattern, our system, it is all one way. We are trying to bring two people together whose minds are trained to go in two different directions for how to handle relationships and romance. So it's up to you. Yep, and I feel like the challenges are, because I do see personality clash, it's like the arguments, it's like the stuff that's said during conversations. It's very aggressive, and like this could be a very quick-tempered person, and they could say things that they don't mean to say, and you know, it's a lot of things are taken the wrong way. The way that these two people communicate with each other is just not really healthy for the relationship or the connection. It has to be a different way to formulate words with each other. Yep. Not being able to work alongside with each other when it comes to the connection. And where all this stems from is trying to gain clarity. Where all this stems from is just what I told you. 10 of Swords, that means you go back to 1, which is the beginning. They're trying to get you to go back to 1. Reset, start over, forgive, go again. If this is what you want. If not, this would just be a lesson learned and moving forward. But there really is care and compassion. I feel like it's on a deeper level that we can't quite get to surface because of our outer shell of our ego. Yep, somebody's leaving. They're just going to decide to just walk away from this situation. Because as I say, a lot of times we do attract each other off of our opposite. But then reality sets in and it's like these same things that attract me are things that are making us actually detach from each other. Somebody definitely has their mind made up while the other person is trying to pull for the relationship. So if there's not a begin again, because something has happened in the past, been exposed, we could fix it. We can't find a resolution. There is a possible, and you can fix it. Like I've already said, it could be fixed, but hey, you got to have 2 people on the same wavelength. Okay. So long term, if this is to proceed and nothing changes, then nothing becomes developed. Nothing can begin again with this magician. That means it can't begin again. And it's control issues. Especially showing up as 2 masculine energies. It doesn't mean gender or anything, but what it's showing with deep within, there are feelings, but on that outer shell, we're not showing that. We're not going to feel like allow somebody else to control us when that's really not what it is. Okay. If we go the other way, we both kind of let our guard down and have realistic one-on-one deep conversations. But hey, it really is looking like we're going to go our separate ways, because if we don't have a total starting over again from ground 1, then it doesn't go anywhere. There is no pickup where you left off. There's a cleanse, renew, rejuvenate the whole situation, or just let bygones be bygones here with this card, which is lesson learned, choice that I decided to make. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a blessed